This one either. Ain't gonna know this one either. All right, man. For all the Lex defenders, let me show y'all something. I never showed y'all the first 10 minutes of this video.
Me, and I thought that maybe I was the one he wanted. Hi.
First 10 minutes of this video, highly viewer discretion is advised. This will be unedited. I really wish she censored some words.
Hello, my name is Reagan McNulty. I also go by Ren and PureSoftie online. If you're here right now, you've probably seen the video that my abuser, groomer, and rapist made on me, MrTLexify, Lex Adrian I Juan Clista. This video is not going to be easy to make, and it hasn't been easy these past 2 weeks that I've spent gathering all my evidence to support my story. I have been reliving a lot of trauma and memories from my past that I've tried to forget about through deep diving and manually reading old texts one by one. I have 8 years worth of evidence to go through, and it took me 2 weeks to do that. A lot of people right now are sending me a lot of mean messages because they think what Lex is saying about me is true. People think I'm a pedophile, a rapist, a groomer, and whatever else, because those are Lex's exact words. Lex has framed his video to paint me in a very bad light, and I have already taken the steps forward to take legal action against all the harassment, lying, invasion of privacy, and torment he has knowingly put me through, as well as I have reported this incident to the FBI Internet Crimes.
To the FBI. Report him to the FBI. Who is a lawyer to the FBI?
Center for cyber harassment, as my lawyer advised me to. Lex Adrian I Juan lied about me in many different ways in his video that has now amassed close to 2 million views as I'm recording this. I am here to set all of Lex's life straight, and I'm here to provide evidence that Lex Adrian I Juan Clista groomed me, raped me, and abused me physically. As you guys can tell, I'm reading off a script right now because I have 31 pages of evidence and 31 pages of stuff to talk about. Lex made a lot of lies about me that are really absurd that I have to talk about. I can't just let him say this about me and let him try to get away with it when none of it is true. I'm going to try to go in order of my timeline with Lex as well as Lex's video. In the first couple of minutes in Lex's video, he tries to frame Renzario and anyone else who asked Lex for answers on if he groomed me as a minion of mine. This is untrue, and I did not know any of these people before the situation came to light. This is Lex's way of trying to frame me for other people. He does this a lot in his video. This is around the time when Lex started texting my mom as well, and he started harassing her, telling her that people were harassing Lex, calling him a pedophile and groomer for what he did to Alex.
Same thing you complain about.
15-year-old girl that he confirmed he's talked to about relationship stuff with. Lex tries to frame it as if he had no ill intentions with her, but Alex clearly feels a different way, and she was the one who went through it. Alex has came forward herself and stated her own opinions on Lex and how she felt with him. When I was 17 years old and I was dating Lex while he was 20 years old, I found out about Alex, and I immediately knew that he was going to try to do to Alex what he had been doing to me since I was 15 years old. He was going to try and entice another fangirl with his status and power dynamic, rather than help her and realize that we were both victims at that point. I made Lex block her on every platform that he talked to her on. I told him that our relationship was going to be over if he didn't, because that's truly how I felt. Lex blocking
should have just left
her made her very sad, which is understandable because he was most definitely grooming her on the side of grooming me. Lex made her feel special and promised her things, only to block her on a whim without any explanation. The 13-year-old fangirl eventually deactivated her Instagram account, which is how I ended up with her old Instagram.
That's crazy. You was beefing with a 13-year-old for her Instagram user. That's crazy.
Username Lex Babe. I don't know how anyone can justify Lex being 20 years old talking to a 13-year-old fangirl, especially knowing he had a history of talking to a 15-year-old fangirl. I was too blind at the time to realize how wrong it was of Lex texting other children behind my back. But because we worked together physically,
mind y'all, she's only jealous because she wanted to be the only child. She wanted to be the only child, but she wasn't. That's the only reason why she's doing all this.
I thought maybe he had chosen me, and I thought that maybe I was the one.
That's a confession.
Not only has Alex came forward and stated that Lex was texting her inappropriately, but also me. That means 2 victims have now come forward against Lex Adrian I Juan Clista. My story starts with Lex grooming me at the age of 15. Lex was 18 years old at this point. Our relationship was never normal, and there was always an obvious power dynamic from the start. I started off as a fan of Lex's, and Lex would use his power to manipulate me into being silent about what was happening behind closed doors. We formed an online relationship before we met in person with the intentions of dating in 2017. We formed an online relationship in 2016, proceeded to know each other for a year, and then met each other in 2017. Here are screenshots with the dates confirming that Lex first talked to me when I was 15 years old and he was 18.
Nasty work.
He was telling me how much he appreciated my female presence in his life because he never really had one when he was younger. And the caption of the Instagram post is me saying, I'm so happy that we made it past a year of knowing each other. By definition, grooming is a manipulative behavior where someone builds up relationship.
This wasn't manipulation.
To accuse and manipulate.
There was no manipulation.
So warning
There
signs that
was no
someone may be grooming
there
you
was no manipulation.
include excessive talk or knowledge about sexual topics, spending more time online, keeping secrets, and drinking or drug abuse. Other signs of being groomed include being purchased gifts by the groomer. These are all tactics that Lex used on me.
She's not even allowed to
Ever
smoke
since I was 15 years
tobacco.
old. The
She
gifts
was
that
only
Lex gave me
16 at the time.
started off as small, like video game DLCs.
That's corruption of a minor.
New
Look,
videos, just child and drinking or drug abuse.
that's corruption of a minor right there. Why is she smoking? That's a vape at 16? Even if she's 18, you're not allowed to have that. That's an illegal substance. That's corruption of a minor right there. 4 minutes, 38 seconds. Corruption of a minor. That's him right there. He probably paid for that. Corruption of a minor. But y'all gonna defend that. She's a minor in that picture. She's a minor in that picture or video. Corruption of a minor. Y'all gonna defend that? Yeah. Y'all always do. Because y'all probably do the same thing. Y'all think it's no big deal, same way they did. Nasty work. Nasty work. Y'all need to be investigated.
Other signs of being groomed include being purchased gifts by the groomer. These are all tactics that Lex used on me ever since I was 15 years old. The gifts that Lex gave me started off as small, like video game DLCs or a new video game on the day of its release. Lex knew that.
Hey, bruh, I done paid for plenty of DLCs and all kind of stuff. If I want to run the game with you because I know that you're good at the game or you're just like me, then I might buy you something like that too. It has nothing to do with anything. And plus, like if I'm 21 or even 19 or 18 or even if I'm 16 and I got a job and I have no idea how old you are, even if I do, regardless. Oh yeah, you asked your mom for $20. She said no. What was you trying to get? Oh, you were trying to get some V-Bucks. I got some extra V-Bucks. Let me gift you the pass or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And the way the society is, y'all messed all this up for real. Now I think about it, the video used to be 2 hours and 11 minutes. So she took out 11 minutes. There was 2 confessions in here that she took out.
That I grew up in a low-income household and that I didn't have access to many things growing up. Lex would use his gifts as ways to lure me in to spend more time with him. He would make me call him on Skype for hours on end and we'd stay up past my bedtime, even though I had school the next day. The purchases Lex made for me, and we'd stay up past my bedtime.
Can I come meet you after school or can I get you an Uber here or split it? What? After school? You know when she in school? How old was Lex in 2018? How old was Lex in 2018?
Bedtime, even though I had school the next day. The purchases Lex made for me got more extravagant as time went on in our relationship. Lex was the person who took me to Disneyland for my first time in my life. Lex was the person who bought me my first flight outside of California. Lex would buy me a lot of things, even if I didn't ask for them, like a PlayStation 5 or a Nintendo Switch. At first,
she wanted that Switch.
But as we continued dating, he showed me that money was just a number to him. Lex lived a luxury lifestyle with the money he made.
And that's why she started manipulating him.
At a very young age,
that's why she started using them. What the hell is that with you?
He would be my provider. That is a common way for groomers to get their victims to rely on them. It makes it easier to isolate me if Lex knew I was dependent on him. Either way, the money that Lex was spending on me was able to be used in taxes as write-offs because he doesn't have a normal job. Any money he spent outside of California
that's tax evasion. Y'all don't know that. This is tax evasion.
And he was introducing me to that lifestyle. At a very young age, Lex promised me that he would take care of me and that he would be my provider. That is a common way for groomers to get their victims to rely on them. It makes it easier to isolate me if Lex knew I was dependent on him. Either way, the money that Lex was spending on me was able to be used in his taxes as write-offs.
You're not allowed to use that as a write-off. Only one person is allowed to use that as write-off, and that's Ren. If Ren receives a gift that has monetary value, she is able to use that as a write-off because that is not her money. That was Lex's money. That has to be accounted for. What? It's tax evasion. But for some odd reason, y'all not trying to. We're only 5 minutes and 45 seconds in. We still got another 5 minutes that I want y'all to see.
because he doesn't have a normal job. Any money he spent outside of California was able to be used as a business tax write-off. Lex groomed me online properly for an entire year straight before he met me in person on July 4th, 2017, when I was 16 years old and he was 19.
Zoom in on Lex's face, man.
So I was, at this point, an easy target for Lex.
Like, look at this. If dude name was Cyrex,
He knew he had an influence over me, and because I was a fan, he knew I would keep quiet because I wanted to keep the relationship going. Lex had told me he loved me multiple times over text before we even met, and I believed it. When Lex was with me in person, he spoiled me and he used it as a way for him to touch my body prematurely. In Lex's video, he has a part dedicated to a TikTok talking about narcissism with various text messages of me surrounding it. These screenshots are obviously curated in a way to make me look bad, but Lex made a mistake by showing multiple text messages of me when I was 16 years old, giving me the proof of confirmation that I needed to show everyone that I was 16 when I was 16 years old, giving me the proof of confirmation that I needed to show everyone that I was 16 years old when he first started dating me. I unfortunately didn't have these text messages. I have had about 3 new phones since I first started texting Lex, and I lost all the
for a
text messages
reason.
of me when I was 15
That's cap. I believe that she deleted them Jones. She wanted to lose those messages on purpose. And she knew that probably the only actual way of getting those messages to be gone from her end is by getting a completely new phone.
16 years old. Lex claims in his video that we met when he was a minor and I was also a minor, but he doesn't ever show proof of it because it's not true. Lex and I met when he was 18 years old and I was 15 years old. We have a 3 years age gap. I think I want to add a trigger warning for the next topic I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about rape and it happening to me. So yeah, this is my encounter with Lex raping me. The first time Lex raped me was when I was 16 years old. And in my first Google document that he never addressed, I go into detail about how Lex orally raped me multiple times at the Z house, even when I told him no. Lex would beg me over and over until I eventually gave in, leaving me to feel guilty with myself. Lex wouldn't take no for an answer, and at this point, I was 16 years old and Lex is 19 years old. Lex would get me high and drunk and then take me into the room at the end of the night.
Even if she was consensually high or drunk. Isn't it written somewhere that drunk women can't consent? They're under the influence and they're not in a state of mind to where they can confirm whether or not they actually want that to happen. And also, if she's 16, why is she drunk and or high? It's corruption of a minor. There we go again. 7 minutes and 33 seconds. You ain't gonna like that though.
The first time I ever got drunk with him is when I recorded these videos at the Z house. Lex claims I look happy in these videos, but I'm incredibly intoxicated.
This is at the Z house. This is a crime. This is a recorded crime. That is a minor and she is drunk in the Z house. If Lex is also drunk, that is underage drinking. This puts the entire Z house in jeopardy. 7 minutes and 42 seconds. You ain't even had to watch the whole 2 hours. But you stupid. All you had to do was just give it 10 minutes of your time. You ain't even want to give her 10 minutes. You mean to tell me Reagan ain't even worth 10 minutes of your time? That says a lot about you. It says a lot about you. You need to be investigated.
It's over us. This was my fault.
He admitted to saying this is their fault. Why would he say that? She knew what she was doing, though, and that's why she's smiling. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. They both in the wrong, but this is still illegal. This is still illegal. This is still a crime. This is still a crime. This is illegal.
My fault. I love this person so much. If you ever I like you guys. Thank you. But do you?
Yeah, let me skip that part. Damn, no. I meant to. Yeah, no, man. I ain't trying to show that, man. Then they're drunk.
Why do you think that's gonna make it better? Listen, I would do anything.
You see, man, he would do anything. He'll do anything. I feel like that video alone is inappropriate, man. That is soft core. Yeah. And this video is gonna be unedited. I hope that that one frame with the fast forward button over it is enough. I hope that's enough. But just with that one frame, and she's drunk, and you in California, and you was 19, and she was drunk, you're a criminal. I don't care if you go to jail or not, bruh. I don't care if you get criminally prosecuted. I don't care about how many fans you got, bruh. You're a criminal. You're a criminal.
Numb I am to Lex's aggressive touching. You can see
Federal
my eyes are just
offense.
soulless. I have no comprehension of what is going on with me in those videos, and watching those
She clearly has not felt any sense of emotion in over 7 years. She has yet to feel an ounce of emotion for over 7 years. And y'all deterred from watching this video because she has no emotion and she's reading off of a script. You could say the same thing about Lex. All he did was yell at a screen. That is not emotion.
videos makes me feel really disgusted. Lex says that no one who is a victim of rape and abuse would take videos with their abusers.
Yeah,
and
what's
happy
up with
So
him
once again,
speaking on that? Why would he? Why would he even speak on that? That's not a defense. That's not a defense. Why would he even mention that in his video? He wanted that to be heard. He's trying to sway the crowd. He's trying to sway the audience and get the public perception in his favor. I know what you people like to do. I know your games.
clarify that these videos of Lex groping me at the Z house were taken before he raped me. Lex says that a true victim wouldn't take these videos, but I'm glad I took these videos because they're the only proofs I have that show his physical predatory behavior on me as a minor.
But there is also plenty of screenshots of her saying that she definitely did consent to this and she wanted this and she was okay with this. But that doesn't mean it's illegal. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean that it's not illegal. That doesn't mean that it's okay and doesn't make it cool. He was a grown man. He was a grown man. There was probably other 16-year-olds that was crushing on her. How was a 16-year-old kid supposed to compete with a 19-year-old YouTuber that has a Z house? How? How? How could they possibly compete? That's why all the young boys is doing what they doing now. They scamming and toting switches. I see why. They trying to compete with y'all. They trying to compete with y'all. Now the 16-year-olds can stay with the 16-year-olds. They can stay in the child's place instead of going out in the middle of California getting drunk at some house, having Diddy parties. Having Diddy parties. This is what y'all support though. This is what y'all support though.
Videos show that Lex was testing his waters and what he could get away with while I was drunk and high. I may look happy in these videos, but I'm clearly intoxicated. In the videos, I'm 16 years old and Lex is 19 years old. I want to reiterate this because people think that I was 17 years old. I was not 17 years old in those
My
videos.
dog
I was
Elo
16
in the
years old.
building.
Lex claims that the
Dog
videos are
Elo in
misleading,
the
but I really want to
building.
ask him, where are they misleading? You are literally groping me in the videos. In one of the videos, you literally say that it's your fault that I'm drunk at a party with you. Lex says that no one at the Z house saw any sexual abuse occur, which is a ridiculous point to stand by because obviously I was not getting raped in front of everybody. I was getting raped behind closed doors. One night, Lex tried to orally rape me and he wouldn't take no for an answer. So I stopped him by giving him dozens of hickeys all over his neck.
Later on, she mentions that she didn't know what hickeys were going to do. She tried to say that she was non-sexual. This disproves it right here. Only 9 minutes, 52 seconds in. I'm trying to tell you, man, there's a lot of stuff in here that incriminates the both of them, which is why I can't let any one of them get off. Nasty work, man. We don't even gotta watch no more. And there's still additional 2 minutes that I want to show you, but it don't even matter. Don't even matter. I didn't even know Elo was in the building though. That's all that really